Hi, this is Leonie from Spines and Splines, back finally with my February sketchbook tour. If you remember, I've been making sketchbooks for each month, and each day that I take the time to do some exercise, I get to draw a page in my book. It's been going really well so far and I haven't missed any days. What's been going less well is keeping up with the drawing part of the thing, which is why this is so late. I didn't actually get these drawings finished till mid-March, but I finished my March drawings on time and I'm running on time for April. So I'll have a March sketchbook tour for you soon as well. In my January sketchbook I did drawings of the things around me while I was doing my exercise. In February I've decided just to do drawings of things that have been happening, during my day or during my week. You'll see quite a lot over time that I tend to do drawings of glasses of wine or glasses of drink. The reason for that is that I find it really difficult and also fun to draw pictures of liquid in glasses. You get lots of colours and lots of reflections. The picture on the right here is from a photograph that I took while I was walking along the canal one day, and it's probably the picture that I spent the most time on in this book. But at the same time it's also the picture that I'm most disappointed with. I think because I fussed over it for so long, it ended up kind of flat and a bit uninteresting. And the picture on the left here is one of my favourites. It's a drawing of I've forgotten what they're called, but the levers for the canal docks. So you move these to open the lock on the canal, and the ones on my walk all look like long weathered wooden whales. On the left here is a pen and pencil drawing of a coal tip that I drew at the Dublin Museum, which is also referred to here as the Dead Zoo, which is quite a fun place to go and draw. And on the right, my first ever hot cross buns that I've baked that were successful. I've tried before and have always failed, but this time they were spot on. The drawing on the left here is another one of my favourites from this book. It was a really, really quick little watercolour drawing of my Japanese printmaking roller, and I think I did a much better job of the hand in this one than I did in the previous drawing of the hand. On the right hand side though is my least favourite drawing from this book, and it was a photograph of a big storm cloud that was overhead, and it's kind of fun, but it looks nothing like what I was going for. And the left-hand drawing on this one came from a photo that I found on my phone. I was just flipping through my phone and I was like, oh my god, what is this? Where did this come from? It was this really kind of terrifying picture of this shadowy person walking into this light. And it took me a minute or so to figure out where on earth it had come from and what it was doing on my phone. I'd been to a house viewing for a house that was for sale, and I was trying to take some videos of the house to show my husband, except I was actually just taking photos without noticing. So one of the videos that I thought I was taking turned out to be this really creepy photo of this woman walking down a staircase, and I kinda love it. And it might look like a pretty simplistic drawing on the right here, but this is a fairly accurate rendering of a piece of graffiti on my walk to my studio, which I also kinda love. And I thought I'd have another go at pen drawing on the left here. So I drew my ink bottle with my fountain pen, which I tried to refill during the drawing and forgot entirely how to do, and ended up leaking drops of ink on my page, which I ended up really quite liking, and I made another one deliberately. Except then, after I'd done the drawing on the right, which was just the blue and grey chevron in the centre, I closed the book not realising that the ink wasn't dry yet on the other page, and ended up getting ink marks all over the picture on the other side, which kind of ruined it. And I tried to save it with extra ink marks and extra coloured pencil. I kind of like it, but I also look at it and go, oh, I wish I hadn't closed that page. And the little watercolour text on the left here is from a photograph of Moby Dick, which I had been reading, and every time I reread it, this particular line really strikes me, and I always take a photo of that particular line. This one's probably my favourite drawing in the whole book. I know I've said that a couple of times already. This is my current watercolour palette, apart from a couple of little extras that I have. Interestingly, I find looking at the pictures, the way that I've laid the watercolours out in the palette makes more sense than just looking at the palette itself. Like, I did actually have a method to my layout. So the main colours that I use are those greys in the centre, particularly the warm grey and the cool grey. And then I've also been using those ochres and rusty colours down in the bottom left-hand corner as well. And my other favourite colour is that hot pink right in the centre. It's a Sennelier Aqua Rose and it's the best. It makes a particularly good orange when you mix it with the yellow that's third in from the top, which I think is a lemon yellow. And 27th was my birthday, got a double page spread as well because February's short and I needed to spread the pages out. And this was the very start of my first ever proper snow. And so I went out walking again the next day during the first day of the snowfall, which was really lovely. So this is along the canal in Dublin, and you could really notice all the moss and stuff on the wall beside the path, and just all the snow stacked on top of it and all the snow on the path. It was great. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share and comment if you liked this video, and stay tuned to Spines and Splines for more exercises and projects you can do in your studio or workspace. Cheers!